All right, next off we have how to optimize your LinkedIn profile for recruiter and hiring team outreach and getting them to reach out to you. So I'm going to give you all the steps right here, and I'm actually going to be rolling with you every single step of the way. Like I said, this is actually part of the series, right? So in the previous video, we talked about how to go and write the product manager resume for the applicant tracking system. So we have all this information here. And I went through this entire lesson and everything that you needed to know. And then now we're going to go ahead and talk about the LinkedIn profile. Let's start off chronologically with what it is that you need to do. Starting from the very top, upload, and this is actually more so for the guys, if anything, is upload a clean LinkedIn profile. Yeah, I think like just something that's just really nice, simple, and clean for your photo. I can't tell you how many people get disqualified just in this area right here, okay? Keep it like clean, casual clothes if possible. Another hot tip is there's an app. I don't know if it's still around anymore. Geophoto app. Let me just go ahead and see if it still exists. You know what? It actually doesn't, so this is actually not a hot tip. But I will give out a few additional hot tips right here. Clean, casual clothes. All right, and I'm just gonna go out there and make this heading number 2. You made a list of the types of companies that you wanna work at. You should take a look at the people that are there on LinkedIn right now. How are they dressed and what did their profile pictures look like? And try to replicate that as much as possible. Okay, that's actually one hot tip. Another hot tip is, especially for the guys, clean shaven photos, please. Clean shaven photos, it's gonna help you out. It's really going to go out there and help you out. It's really going to go out there and help you out. If possible. I know sometimes people keep it for a certain reason, but I'm going to say for the men, mostly. Okay. Another tip that I'm also going to have for people is when you're doing the photo right here, and since we're talking about the actual profile photo, let's go ahead and remove the green open to work sash on LinkedIn profile photo. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this right now. We say this with the most amount of compassion possible, but a lot of people are open to work in the current marketplace. Companies actually favor people that do not have the open to work sash on because the open to work sash kind of interprets you as being desperate and with no options. Okay. This is actually why I need to go out there and prompt this up. I'm actually going to have this guy right here. And this is actually where sometimes I'll get people telling me, Rich, like, I heard, okay, it hasn't been working. As a product manager, you have to A/B test. If something isn't working, you clearly have to go ahead and do something else. So you can take that advice or you can leave it on. That's okay, totally up to you. Let's move on to the next side. Is update your LinkedIn backdrop photo, okay, with a photo of the water, with a vacation photo of the water. I'm going to go ahead and actually explain. So this is actually somebody that's done our program before. And this is actually one of the most rock star, okay? I would probably say one of the most rock star photos that are out there. And you could just use this. And all you got to go ahead and do is, and I'm going to walk you through this right now, every single step of the way I'm going to be here. You go to this one website, and it's called Unsplash Photos. And the reason why, and I'll tell you exactly why. Okay. Go to unsplash.com and download a vacation photo. Photos from unsplash.com are royalty free. That means you're able to use them without repercussion. Okay. So like our royalty free photos. So those are good. That means you can go out there and post it up on your backdrop, right? And I'm going to tell you also something. Here's a hot tip. Avoid photos with product management frameworks. This is not what you want. Moscow framework. Showing something like this on your backdrop is not hot. It is not hot. All it does is, people don't like to be reminded of work. Have a photo of you snowboarding, something, anything, right? Culture fit is very, 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 very important. So don't have that, like, well, I can't even say, like, having something like this. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Do not do it. Okay? Don't do it. Avoid this at all costs. No. Please don't. Lord have mercy, no. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay? Okay. Update the title to product at company. Very simple. And that's actually just right here. Where you go on, where'd that go? LinkedIn. Just a simple product. Avoid this. I've actually been saying this same shit for years. Avoid. People have this thing where it's just like product manager, program manager. Make it happen manager. Get avoid all that. They have like 19 different things, and it just seems like you're really, when you have multiple titles, it just looks cluttered, confusing, and overwhelming. And there's almost this impression that you're trying to get any and every job out there because you just don't have a lot of options. And that's not good. Next thing that you want to go ahead and do, remove the About Us paragraph or the About You paragraph in the profile. But Rich, okay, here's the thing. And I'll just be very, very, very honest about the profile. And you have the about, whatever. Okay, here's the thing, hear me out. It is impossible for you to have an About You paragraph on your LinkedIn profile that is going to impress everybody. More than 60-70% of the people won't even look at it, and the remaining percentage of people that will, some of it, you will impress, very low. Some of them, they won't care either way. Some other people are just going to say, wow, this is really bad. And those are the people that you have to watch out for. There is nowhere that says you need to have an About You paragraph on your LinkedIn profile. So less is more, because you don't want to keep on explaining yourself. Add the company descriptions for each position. This one here, also very simple. underneath each company that you have here, all you go is, I'm just going to tell you guys one more thing too. I'm going to give you guys another hot tip. Avoid using bullets for your LinkedIn position description. And you're probably going to be thinking to yourself, well, Rich, why should I go ahead and do that, right? Well, you want them to take a look at their resume. I always see that people they use the resume bullets for the resume on their LinkedIn, and then they update their resume, and then they forget to update their LinkedIn, and then the hiring manager gets confused, right? Less is more. All you got to go ahead and do is click on Wayfair, and this little paragraph right here that says overview, all you got to do is copy that and just add it back in here, and that's it. That's all you got to do. Nothing else. Okay, now it's nice and clean. So you add the company descriptions. Next step. Okay, and I'm going to take it actually from the very top right now. We've got step 1, step 2, we have step 3, we have step 4, we have step 5, and then we've got step 6, add the photo icons for companies for all companies. I don't know why some people do this, but this irks some hiring managers, is that they leave it empty. Get an icon on here. Any icon is better than leaving it blank. Okay. Now, step 7, align the titles and the dates on the resume. So you want to go ahead, actually, I want to make it very clear here. You see this? I'm just going to take that. I am going to go ahead and actually add it in here. Avoid having this blank icon on your LinkedIn profile for companies that you've worked at in the past. Well, let's just add this thing to the side. Now we basically have that. Align this. So you want to align all of the company titles and dates on your resume with your LinkedIn profile to make sure there is no discrepancy, no months off. Right now, AI is tracking that, and you don't want to have to explain yourself. So just make sure to take a few steps. Just take a few minutes to go ahead and make sure this gets done. With LinkedIn profile. Oh, this part irks me a lot too. Separate education and certifications into different sections. When you go to somebody's LinkedIn, and I'm just going to go back to mine. This is where you went to school. This is a certification. Harvard Extension or UCLA Extension or Berkeley Extension is not where you went to school. On the education, that should be bachelor's, graduate degrees, or to a certain extent, if you're so proud of the high school that you went to, where you went to high school. That is it. Not anything else. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys this. Hot tip. I'm going to go ahead and actually convert this over to. This aggravates hiring managers and recruiters in a way you cannot possibly imagine. Okay. Now, let's talk about step 9. Add the following skills for endorsements. So back here on the resume, here's what you can go ahead and do. Go to the Airtable referenced and go to the resume and grab all of the skills, especially the AI skills in the skills chart, and add them to the skills and endorsement section in your LinkedIn profile to increase your visibility with recruiters. Oh, I love that. I love this so much. So you go back over here and remember all these skills that we actually touched upon. Go use this one here because we just updated this one for a little class that we ran for the Meta Rotational Product Manager folks. And then you'll basically see this. Add all of these skills here into the skills and endorsement section. So these are the skills that you should go ahead and actually add. I'm going to click on this right now, right here. Now, to make your life tremendously easier, because that's what I'm here to do, I've hyperlinked the Airtable link here, and then I'm talking about this section right here where it says skills and endorsements, and it says show all. You want to go ahead and add all of those skills right underneath here. Add all of the skills or as many of the skills that are relevant to you as possible and add them all to the bottom of your LinkedIn profile where it says skills and endorsements. So I'm going to give you guys some context as to why you guys should do that. Here is some context as to why you should go ahead and add as many AI skills and product management skills into your LinkedIn profile. And that's because recruiters search talent based upon skills. So there's so many people looking for a job right now. If they clicked on the tag called Claude Cowork, you want to be one of the product managers that pop up. Otherwise, you're missing out on roles. So if you're wondering, like, what do I need to do to get a little bit more outreach because I used to get all these messages, chances are the reason why you're not getting as many messages is because you don't have these tags on your profile under skills and endorsements. Gosh, I love voice prompting, champs. I love it. Now, side note, if you guys have not already, access the GenSpark Speakly referral link. Affiliate referral link for the voice prompt tool, which is this. And you can just add it right here. And this is actually my guy. Right here. Now, let's talk about the next step. Step 10. Come to the online WAP community for LinkedIn skills endorsements. You want to go ahead and endorse other people and you want other people to endorse you, come in and actually do that. You should absolutely get endorsed. So you come in here, post up your LinkedIn profile right here. It goes to this link, and then you basically post it up. We have a chat for it, and then other people will endorse you, so as long as you endorse other people. And then we all win, right? Step 10. Now, this part here, I think is so important that a lot of people aren't even talking about it. I'm actually pretty surprised why, but tech is more global right now than ever. Any foreign language that you have, please add it in. So if you go to my LinkedIn profile right now, you will go ahead and see that I have the following languages right here. Okay. So add them. Okay. Add any and all foreign languages regardless of your proficiency, but don't forget to list how fluent you actually are in the language. Okay, and then the next thing here is, we talked about this, but step 12, attach. So if you go into this section right here at the very top, where it says featured right here, so you want to add all the social media handles on featured. So it's actually right here. I'm going to go back. So this is actually right underneath the About Us paragraph. In fact, if we're following this chronologically, it probably shouldn't be there, but I do make mistakes sometimes too. But you should go out there and add it in there. And this is a great way for you to demonstrate to hiring teams that you have access to distribution. To marketing distribution. Okay, now here's a bonus tip, right? Update the position to contributor or coach or mentor on techcareers.io LinkedIn page. Now, this is actually something that you can do only if you're in our program. And if you're not in our program, unfortunately, you cannot do this. We find out, we basically kick you off. I don't think you really want to have that notification from LinkedIn. But I'll tell you exactly why. Or you should just go ahead and write your own thing here, right? Holy moly. Okay, so people always want to know what's the significance of actually having that. Well, I'll basically tell you why there is a huge significance in that and what this actually means in a grander scheme of things. Hiring teams, not companies, but hiring teams really like people that are contributing something back into the tech community, especially in the form of getting a job. The mindset shift that most people need to have in today's marketplace is that skills are only useful if you're adding value to other people's lives. And this is actually why we don't just teach people here things like Claude Code 2.0 or Codex or Cursor. It's how is that making a positive impact to other people? This is why, at the heart of it, you need a portfolio to demonstrate your ability to communicate, but also what skills you have beyond the role that you are applying for. Because your resume is going to be hyper-tailored towards one role. And we can make a few assumptions based upon customizing your resume. Other people are also going to be customizing their resume for that one role, which is an e-commerce product manager, and you either have the experience or you don't. But why do so many people that have the experience are losing out to people that are coming out of this program? It's because we're branding our people as just more than the job. If they see that you can also help coach, you can also help with resumes, because everybody knows somebody that's been impacted. If they also see on the hiring side that you are also a person that can help train, that can put together training documentation and process documentation, and you're hosting webinars and you have a social media presence, what's going to get you the job right now is positioning yourself as a commodity that's 10 times beyond what they are getting or what they're asking for on the job description. That's how you're going to go ahead and actually get the job. And of course, you're going to think to yourself like, well, Rich, this is a lot of work. I'm not saying it's not, but the more people try to take shortcuts, the longer the process is just going to take for you, you know? So I would actually like to go out there and add, quick note. Quick note. on possible, frustration, on effort required, or, skepticism. The barrier to getting to your dream companies have never been higher because the amount of talent that exists right now in the market has never been more plentiful with more qualified candidates. So, in order for you to compete against all of your peers for the same roles at the best companies for the highest salary rates, you're going to have to present yourself as more than just somebody that can do a job. This is what restaurants have fundamentally figured out in the past 5 to 6 years, because we study a lot about marketing in our program. It's that the restaurants that are doing more than surviving but thriving right now, they are branding themselves as an Instagram-worthy spot. Nobody's paying for food anymore just to eat, at least not in America. The longer you procrastinate, the longer this process is actually going to go ahead and take. And I do want to go ahead and actually stress, as a disclaimer, that the effort's only going to go up. Of course, we're going to create as many resources to ensure that the transition process for you is as frictionless and seamless as possible. Stay tuned for the upcoming videos, because now we're going to be recording a different video for this, but you're going to be recording a YouTube video on how to update your LinkedIn profile. And then order YouTube video on update your LinkedIn profile on actually optimizing LinkedIn profile for recruiters and hiring teams. Optimizing. There we go. That's coming up. Not in the next video, but a few more. We still got to get through. The next one here is going to be cover letter. So let's get to it.